Hey, what's going on, Z Nation? Zaid here on ZSN. And today, guys, we got some breaking news for you regarding the Los Angeles Lakers and Mark Williams and the trade that went down a couple of days ago at the trade deadline on Thursday. According to reports from Shams Charania of ESPN, he basically said that the Los Angeles Lakers and the Charlotte Hornets had um, what's the word for it? They rescinded the trade for Mark Williams. And guys, this was a shocker. This is a shocker to all of us that were hoping that the Lakers would trade for a center, get a center to join Luka and LeBron after trading Anthony Davis to the Dallas Mavericks. And then that particular night, guys, I actually went live right away and gave my live reaction to the trade because I was hoping that the Lakers would get a center before the trade deadline ended. And on my fault, it was not a trade deadline. It was actually it was on a Tuesday that the Lakers got the trade done that particular night. But unfortunately, they didn't, and they revoked it or voided the trade, canceled it, whatever you want to call it. It is no more, according to the reports from Shams Charania, that Mark Williams has basically failed his physical as a with the Los Angeles Lakers team. And according to reading more into it, it was because of the failure of solidify of the concussion or the conclusion of his trade, and just basically just failing the physical. That's what it basically was. I don't know why I rambled at that particular instance, but my apologies. Voiding the trade, according to people with knowledge of the situation, not authorized to speak publicly. So we're not sure what's more detailed of the physical of Mark Williams, but Shams Charania said it had nothing to do with his back. And basically, the back issue was a problem, the sticking point for the Lakers to making the trade happen. That would have sent Dalton Connect and Cam Reddish and their 2031 first round pick. So basically, the Lakers were like, okay, that's fine. I mean, it's just a back issue. He's starting to get better. I mean, that's basically what they felt. And then there was more, I guess, issues when it came to that particular physical. I guess I'm not sure what is. We probably will hear more detailed about it by when it starts emerging. But just basically, both sides, or basically the Lakers will not publicly like speak about it, but maybe it's something sensitive. I'm not so sure, but. At the moment, that's where it stands. It's because of other things that came up during his physical, and basically the Lakers canceled the trade with the Charlotte Hornets, and I think they both agreed upon it. So it's like, okay, that's fine. We'll take Mark Williams back, and you guys can take back Dalton Connect and Cam Reddish and your first round pick, and that pick swap is no longer a pick swap. So it's like that's basically what it went down, and before this happened. So and at the time, guys, there was a lot of promise, a lot of excitement. I even posted on social media some reels, and of course, just my excitement of getting Mark Williams to the Los Angeles Lakers. We're finally getting the center, just to fill the void of Anthony Davis for that trade for Luka. And it was just at that particular moment, I was like, hey, it's just great that we have a center now. But now it kind of hurts the Lakers tremendously well after this, or not well, but unfortunate because of this. Because the only center that's on the team that's on a regular roster for the Lakers is Jackson Hayes. Jackson Hayes is the only center, and he's so far for the past couple of games now since the Clippers game, he's been playing very well for the Los Angeles Lakers at the center position. But still, we need help. We need help defensively. We need a player to be a good lob threat and all that. And we're going to get that with Mark Williams, but now it's just no longer. It's no longer a situation, and now the Lakers will have to go into this regular season, the rest of the regular season with just Jackson Hayes, unless they either waive a player or somehow sends Christian Coloco or Trey Jemison to the South Bay Lakers so they can open up a roster spot. Either way, they have to fill up a roster spot now with now Dalton Connect and Cam Reddish returning to the team. It's a bit of a situation where it's kind of like the Lakers have to do a plan B mode type of situation and go after a center in the buyout market who could be available. So it's all up to Rob Pelinka to make that happen. I'm not sure if they have to eat up a potential contract from like I don't know, maybe like a I don't know a Christian Wood, or maybe somehow Shake Milton's contract will be something that the Lakers have to possibly waive because he's on a non-guarantee contract. So it could obviously help us the Lakers out in that particular area. Plus, just them recently signing, uh, Jordan Goodwin is a good fit instead of maybe Shake Milton. I'm not so sure, but I don't know. They have to maybe pull off that type of situation, Plan B situation, and sign a center in the buyout market that way. But at this point, it's back to what the Lakers roster was before this Mark Williams trade. It's just basically the Lakers asked for a refund. That's basically what it was. And I obviously went live before this one, and there was some jokes here and there, and I just had to really say that it actually is kind of like you going to a grocery store or like Walmart and saying, "Hey, I didn't like this product. Give me my refund," type to deal. And that's basically what the Lakers did. They asked for a refund and they received it from the Charlotte Hornets. So uh, I'm not sure who's more to blame for this trade. I honestly putting the whole blame on the Charlotte Hornets side of things is because they didn't disclose or somehow added more detailed to the physical or aspect, or if there's some sort of other injuries that they try to disclose so the Lakers can just trade with them. I'm not so sure. Or maybe it's the Lakers side of things. Maybe they didn't I don't know, give the physical soon enough or sooner rather than doing it later. I guess I'm not so sure, but all I know is the physical had nothing to do with the back issue that Mark Williams was dealing with, and it was all out there for people to know. I mean, he was dealing with a back issue, so and it's been that way for the past 2 seasons now. So it's not anything too surprising about that. And Shams Charania even reported it on it, but at the same time, it's like what is the problem? What his main issue of failing the physical for? Not so sure. I mean, it's kind of scared the Lakers to the point that they canceled it. They could have just said, "Hey, we're still working on Mark Williams' return, so he's still going to be part of this Lakers team, but maybe he won't make his debut on Monday, or maybe we have to wait until next week or something." I'm not so sure, but it's like, hey, it's scared the Lakers to a point that they canceled the trade. So it probably has to be something big. I mean, I'm not so sure. Maybe like a blood clot issue that's threatening to the health of Mark Williams, God forbid, knock on wood, or something like that. I'm trying to think about some other injury concerns that may cause the Lakers that type of reasoning. Because if it's just like a minor, like, hey, like he also has like an ankle, a sprained ankle or something. I'm not so sure. Maybe. I mean, there's a lot of scenarios. That's why they're not speaking publicly about it. But all I know is it's like when I saw the breaking news, it was like, hey, it's like nothing has happened, guys. We canceled the trade. We're bringing back our players. We're all good type of situation. And it's like, okay, can we know more, please? I mean, it's like there's a lot of speculations that we obviously have to think about now. Why don't we read some more? This is from Yahoo Sports, guys. If you guys want to go read more into this, but Williams has missed significant time because of ankle, back, and knee issues since being drafted. So he's been dealing with injuries throughout his career now, and it's only been since 2022. So it's been like 2 years now. So it's like and he only played 85 games in those plus. Damn, that's question marks right there. I mean, I don't know why the Lakers didn't look at that type of area. I mean, maybe you should blame the Lakers for not going more into depth about his injury history. I mean, you gave up so much to get a guy like him. So it's like, hey, I mean, that's just right there, red flags there for the Lakers of not making their smart decisions in this particular trade. If anything, they could have used this, that type of trade package to, I don't know, get somebody from the Brooklyn Nets and get like uh, Nick Claxton or Dayron Sharp type of trade. Or I know there was a possible trade with the Detroit Pistons for somebody. I forgot who it was, but that obviously didn't go through. I guess I don't know. Maybe they were asking for more or something, uh, but yeah, I mean, it's just fishy. I mean, from both sides, really. The Lakers didn't do their homework for this trade, and maybe the Charlotte Hornets were like, "Hey, we're gonna fleece the Lakers all of their assets because this guy can't stay healthy." Type of situation. I'm not sure. So maybe we'll hear more updates, maybe after maybe tomorrow or something. But at this point, this is a situation. So yeah, the situation is not authorized to the to public to speak public about it. So yeah, I mean maybe they will down the line, but we just have to wait and see. And in this trade, the Lakers deal includes the 2030 draft pick swap. So that's obviously not going to happen. So and the Lakers will get their two guys back with Dalton Connect and Cam Reddish and the 2031 first round pick, which is good, obviously. So the Lakers can use that asset to get somebody else, either free agency or another trade could happen in the off season, or maybe they can just use it to, I don't know, trade maybe next, trade deadline next year. But we just have to wait and see. Let's read more here from Lakers GM Rob Pelinka said early this week the team was not concerned about Williams' past injuries, but said that the Lakers will do a deep dive on him during his physical. So yeah, I already knew about that, and obviously all of us did. His injury was not a big concern for the Lakers. I don't know, maybe I kind of question the idea of that kind of reasoning. If anything, you should always question uh, a player's injuries in the past because it could affect your team in the future. So, yeah, for that for sure, that's obviously not a good, you know, I don't know, confidence from this Lakers team or concern really. So it should have been a big concern, but that's that's the idea. That's the whole aspect of why the Lakers weren't worried about it. But I guess something really, really big in his physical had to really scared them to the point that it's like, oh my goodness, we give all of our assets for this type of problem, type of feeling. I'm not sure. So it's like maybe the Charlotte Hornets didn't really, disclose, or they probably disclosed something that Lakers didn't know about. So I don't know. All I know is, guys, this kind of remind me of the Chris Paul trade where they voided the trade because I don't know. Maybe I don't want to compare it. I don't want to compare this type of trade to that, but I don't know. It kind of gives me that type of vibes. If you really agree with me on that, so let's read here. Let's see for the Lakers. So we fully vetted his health stuff. Rob Pelinka said Thursday. Said no surgeries, so that's good, I guess, for a guy who didn't need surgery for his injuries. So that's good. He's still growing into his body. Yeah, I mean, obviously, second year in the NBA, obviously he needs more time to have an NBA body. I guess I think he's already ready for that. But let's see what else. Uh, Yeah, it's just the basics. Williams had a locker inside. Yeah, had a locker inside the Lakers locker room Saturday, but it was empty. He was listed as questionable during the trade pending. He had missed about just 5 games since debuting. No, yeah, debuting December 3rd. Yeah, so I guess he was dealing with an injury beginning of the season, and then he just made his debut then. Oh, debating. Excuse me. My apologies. Debating December 3rd, I guess. We are excited to welcome. Yeah, I mean, this was just. Oh yeah, this is from the Charlotte Hornets statement. They're excited to welcome back. I mean, that's just the basic PR response after trading a guy. So it's just the Lakers are going to do the same thing. So uh, with Dalton Connect. So so yeah, guys. I mean, that's the trade, or not. The trade is canceled. That's basically what it is. We're not sure more detailed about it, other than just failing the physical. So um, this is red flags there, absolutely. So having said all that, without further ado, guys, I'm going to read some of your guys' comments. I said most of my opinions of this trade and my game analysis of the Lakers beating the Indiana Pacers this afternoon. So, but I will reiterate of all my thoughts and opinions about this particular trade into this one. So, please, guys, comment in this live stream. I will be answering all your guys' questions. So, please feel free. I really appreciate it. Get a rabbit. Let's see. Gotta be Charlotte's blame. Lakers had no way of knowing he had other injuries aside from his back. Yeah, I agree with you on that. This was the Charlotte Hornets blame. I blame on them when it comes down to this trade. Mitch Kupchak, out of all people, a former Laker, former GM, screwing the Lakers in this particular trade. If anything, he should have obviously made it well known that he was dealing with either an ankle issue or a knee issue, something. Because just judging by what Rob Palinka's concerns was, is just that they were fine about the situation with his back issues. So they didn't have no problem with it. So it's like, hey, I mean, let's move on. I mean, he has a back issue that will get resolved. He's in his second year in the NBA, so he obviously will either get surgery or have that resolved type of feeling. Um, so yeah, I mean, with that being said, guys, I mean, I blame Charlotte. They really tried to fleece the Lakers in this trade. I mean, the Lakers gave up so much to get him, and rightfully so. I mean, this is a future young talent that will be part of this Lakers future for many years next to Luca. That's what the whole idea of trading for him. The guy is like what, 23, 24 years old, so he's going to grow with Luca and that type of aspect of the team that's going to be surrounding them. So, and he was going to be a huge guys. He was going to be a huge lob threat for a lot of teams. And it's just like, hey, Luca's having a good weapon that he can pass the ball to and give lobs to left and right, along with LeBron James and all that. So it's like at the time it was supposed to be a good trade for the Lakers, and unfortunately, um, you know, due to the competency of the Charlotte Hornets, they basically ruined the Lakers when it comes to looking for other options at center. Now, it sort of makes me see what they can do after this. They can either waive a player just to sign a center in the buyout market. Uh, the only contract that comes to mind is Shake Mills because he's on a non-guaranteed contract, so it won't really hurt the Lakers' salary by waiving him. So it's like, hey, I mean, go that type of route, or they could potentially see like I don't know Christian Wood, who hasn't been no updates about his injury or his return. So it's like, hey, we really need help at center. We're going to waive you. Sure, we're going to pay you for next couple of seasons or something, but it's it's a sacrifice we need to make type of situation. So they could make a sacrifice type move and, you know, waive a player so they can pay them, every year for this amount of money. And we all know how that felt with Timofey Mozgov. No, not Timofey Mozgov. Uh, Luau Deng. I mean, I think Lakers recently got finished with his contract buyout or whatever you want to call it. So it's like just a couple of years ago. So he's off the books now for good. But it's like, do we really want to do that with Christian Wood or somebody who's on a not on a non-guaranteed contract? So I don't know. I think maybe Shake Milton will probably be the guy, but I don't know. We just have to wait and see. Or maybe one of our two-way contract players. Maybe the Lakers will waive them, one of those guys, and maybe look at somebody else in the buyout market and sign them to a two-way contract. Something I'm not sure. It's just sort of makes me seen, guys. It's so up in the air at this point. So, yeah, I blame Charlotte. Blame Charlotte for sure. Let's see. Honestly, I hope the other Laker fans don't blame Mark Williams on this. Charlotte, sorry, the Hornets really placed them as a scapegoat in the situation. I don't even imagine how he is feeling at this moment. Yeah, I mean, it probably sucks. It really sucks for someone who's so excited to come to LA and all that. And there was a lot of promise. There was a lot of promise for sure when it came to Mark Williams, joining the Los Angeles Lakers. And without a doubt, he was going to be part of the Lakers' future and, you know, match well with Luka Doncic and, just those pairings really is a good fit. But if you really think about it, man, if you really just feel our side of things, it's like you kind of fleeced us. You were this close to fleece us because there was a problem with his physical. So it's like, hey, I mean, I mean, be in our position, from a Lakers perspective, what made the Lakers like change their minds so fast because there was something that they didn't like about his physical. I mean, was it the other injuries? Was it something that he is dealing with that it's like, puts into question about his, availability as a Los Angeles Laker? And it's like, will it hurt him? Maybe, like I said, like I mentioned in my last live stream or even during this live stream, maybe it's a, God forbid, knock on wood. It could be like a blood clot issue that's threatening or something that has to do with his health that is going to, for sure, um, hurt